Most lives do not change in one loud moment. They change in quiet rooms. They change in small decisions. They change when nobody is clapping. That is where your future is built. Not in motivation. Not in speeches. Not in lucky breaks. It is built in habits. The habits you repeat become the life you recognize. And the dangerous part is this: most people never notice the habits shaping them. Number 7 is keeping small promises to yourself, especially when no one would know if you broke them. You say you will wake at 6, train for 20 minutes, or read 10 pages, and life tests that promise. Every time you follow through, you teach your brain that your word has weight. Every time you back away, you teach yourself that your plans are optional. Confidence is not born from compliments. It is built from evidence. The evidence is simple. You said it, and then you did it. That is why disciplined people often look calm under pressure. They are not guessing who they are anymore. They have proof. Think about the person who always hits snooze, delays the workout, and keeps moving the deadline. The real problem is not time management. It is self-trust erosion. Now picture the person who keeps one tiny promise daily, even on ugly, crowded, imperfect days. A short walk, a clean desk, a finished page, a glass of water first thing. Small acts, massive identity shift. A young salesperson who makes 5 hard calls every morning builds courage faster than someone waiting to feel ready. A student who studies 20 focused minutes every night becomes reliable long before becoming exceptional. But here's what winners do differently. They lower the drama and raise the consistency. They stop making heroic plans they cannot sustain and start making honest commitments they can repeat. Your identity is always listening to your behavior, not your intentions. Keep enough promises to yourself, and your mind stops arguing every time hard work appears. That inner certainty is priceless because it follows you into interviews, workouts, conversations, and lonely evenings. You begin to act like someone dependable because you have practiced being someone dependable. Number 6 is guarding the first hour of your day from noise, urgency, and other people's priorities. Most people wake up and immediately borrow stress from the internet. They check messages, headlines, comments, and chaos before they even meet their own mind. Then they wonder why they feel scattered before breakfast. Your morning is mental soil. Whatever lands there grows fast. If outrage goes in first, tension grows. If clarity goes in first, direction grows. A nurse with early shifts may breathe, stretch, and review one priority before opening group chats. A business owner may journal for 5 minutes and outline 3 critical moves before touching email. The ritual changes, but the principle stays the same. You must decide your state before the world decides it for you. Here's the truth. A reactive morning usually creates a reactive day. You do not need a perfect sunrise routine with ice baths, expensive gadgets, and a cinematic playlist. You need a repeatable opening that reminds you who is in charge. Even 10 protected minutes can stop the day from stealing your attention. The people who lead their mornings usually lead themselves better at noon, in traffic, and under pressure. Clarity early in the day reduces the number of bad decisions you must repair later. The first voice you hear each morning should not always be a stranger demanding your energy. Guard that doorway, and you protect the quality of everything that enters after it. A strong day rarely starts by accident. It starts with intention. Number 5 is learning to work in silence long enough for results to speak louder than intentions. Many people leak their energy by talking about the move before making the move. They announce the business, the body goal, the comeback, and the discipline challenge on day 1. The attention feels like progress, but often it replaces progress. Your brain loves social reward even when nothing valuable has been built yet. So, the applause for the plan can become a trap. The writer who quietly finishes pages usually beats the writer posting every coffee shop promise online. The entrepreneur testing offers in private usually learns faster than the one branding a dream too early. Silence protects focus because it removes pressure to perform an identity you have not earned. It also protects you from unnecessary opinions during the fragile stage of growth. But here's what winners do differently. They let the work mature before they ask for witnesses. They understand that seeds do not grow faster because you keep digging them up. This does not mean hiding forever. It means building first and broadcasting later. Move quietly until your habits become visible through outcomes. When the result finally speaks, it carries more force because it was not inflated by noise. Quiet effort also sharpens humility because the work matters more than the image of the work. You stop chasing the identity of being ambitious and start earning the results of being disciplined. That difference changes everything because performance loves privacy during the building stage. Less talking, more reps, and suddenly your future has something real to stand on. Number 4 is changing the questions you ask yourself when life gets heavy. Weak questions create weak focus. Why is this happening to me keeps you trapped inside blame, confusion, and emotional fog. What is this trying to teach me points your mind toward power. One question hunts for pity, the other hunts for leverage. That shift matters because attention follows language. A rejected applicant can spiral for weeks asking why nobody sees potential. The same person can recover faster by asking which skill, story, or signal needs improvement. A couple facing money pressure can spend months attacking each other and replaying the same tired fight. Or they can ask what system would make spending clearer, calmer, and smaller. Great performers are not people with fewer problems. They are people with stronger questions. They train themselves to look for the next useful move instead of the next emotional excuse. So here's the shift. When pressure rises, upgrade the question before judging the situation. Better questions do not erase pain, but they keep pain from becoming your identity. The quality of your inner questions often determines the quality of your outer life. Language is never just language, it is direction. The question you repeat becomes the road your mind keeps walking. Ask powerless questions long enough, and you will build a powerless personality. Ask useful questions long enough, and you begin acting like a builder instead of a victim. Number 3 is getting comfortable doing what pays later instead of only doing what feels good now. This habit is quiet because nobody cheers while you choose the long road. But almost every meaningful result is built there. The workout pays later. The study session pays later. The saved money pays later. The hard conversation pays later. The early bedtime pays later. Losers are not always lazy. Many are simply addicted to immediate relief. They choose the snack over the strength, the scroll over the skill, the comfort over the calling. Winners still feel those temptations, they just stop obeying every craving. The student who reviews notes tonight enjoys peace when exam week arrives. The employee who learns one valuable skill after work becomes harder to replace next year. The parent who puts the phone down and stays present earns trust that compounds across decades. Delayed gratification is not self-punishment. It is self-respect with a longer time horizon. You stop asking what feels easiest now and start asking what future you will thank you for. That question alone can redirect an entire life. Every strong future is purchased with choices that look small and inconvenient in the present. That is why mature success often looks boring from the outside. It is mostly repeated choices that do not feel exciting in the moment. But boring done consistently beats dramatic done occasionally every single time. Your future does not need more intensity. It needs more loyalty. Number 2 is designing an environment that makes good choices easier and bad choices harder. People love to talk about willpower because it sounds heroic. But environment beats willpower more often than pride wants to admit. If junk food lives on the counter, temptation becomes a roommate. If your phone sleeps beside you, distraction becomes your morning alarm. If your running shoes wait by the door, action needs less negotiation. If your notebook is open on the desk, starting becomes less emotional. One man trying to read more removed social apps from his home screen and finished 3 books quickly. One woman trained to train consistently packed her gym clothes the night before and stopped missing sessions. Small environmental edits remove friction, and friction is where good intentions usually die. Here's the truth. You do not rise to your goals when your surroundings keep dragging you downward. You rise faster when your space supports the person you are trying to become. Winners do not make every decision in the moment. They prepare the moment before the moment arrives. A better life often begins with moving one object, deleting one app, or changing one default. Remove enough friction and discipline stops feeling like a constant fight. Build enough helpful cues and progress starts feeling natural instead of forced. This is not weakness, it is wisdom applied to daily life. You are not cheating by making success easier. You are engineering reality on purpose. Number 1 is telling yourself the truth early, especially when the truth bruises your ego. Most people do not stay stuck because they are weak. They stay stuck because they lie gently to themselves for too long. They say they are busy when they are disorganized. They say they are unlucky when they are unprepared. They say they are exhausted when they are undisciplined, with sleep, food, and attention. Self-deception feels protective in the moment, but it quietly steals years. Honest people improve faster because reality finally has something solid to work with. The coachable employee admits a missed deadline and fixes the system instead of decorating the excuse. The serious athlete studies bad footage instead of blaming the referee, weather, or bad timing. The mature partner admits a defensive pattern instead of calling every conflict bad luck. But here's what winners do differently. They use truth as a tool, not a weapon. They do not shame themselves. They study themselves. When you tell the truth quickly, change can begin quickly. That is why honest self-audit may be the quietest habit with the loudest long-term payoff. Truth is uncomfortable, but confusion is more expensive. The longer you protect an excuse, the longer the excuse protects your mediocrity. Face the pattern, name the weakness, and you finally regain the power to change it. Reality becomes a partner the moment you stop arguing with it. These habits are quiet because real growth rarely sounds impressive while it is happening. It sounds like getting up when you said you would. It sounds like closing the app, opening the book, asking the better question, and doing the next hard thing. Nobody may notice it first. That is fine. Your life will notice. Your mind will notice. Your standards will notice. And one day, people will call you lucky, not realizing you were simply loyal to habits they ignored.